I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I wanted to take a closer look at the newest FF9 banner and share with you my opinion on it. So Cait's new weapon, Kuja Megaphone first, and at OB10 120 it has relatively balanced stats with 609 P attack and 268 heal. Then attack 62 points and buff debuff duration 26, as well as circle sigil and wind boost materia slots. And then the command ability Comforting Cuisine is a support ability that increases P attack of all allies and casts a small 7% heal, and if Cait is above 70% HP it also increases physical defense of your whole team. And those buffs initially start with a mid potency, but after you OB6 this weapon, both potencies upgrade into high. So Kuja is a very similar weapon to Camera, as it buffs physical attack of all allies, but here it gives physical defense instead. And in theory it sounds great, but Camera is a strictly support weapon with OQ materia slot, and Camera set is very strong with HP on the weapon and heal on the outfit. Kuja isn't the same because it has attack on the R ability and no OQ materia slot, meaning it's a lot more offensive, and at best Cait could be an offensive buffer. So for example, using it together with Yellow Megaphone or maybe his crit Kujas, I think he doesn't really have many other good weapons. Yes, he has Flower Vase, which is another support weapon and buffs magic attack, and has a chance to apply haste, but I think Cait's issue is he could be a nice support and healer like Camera Aerith, but currently he doesn't have any AoE healing weapons or even a single weapon with OQ materia slots. Like, you can use Camera set to heal and buff, and if they gave even just that OQ materia slot to this weapon, I think it would have a much bigger appeal. So at best, Cait could be a buffer with Kuja and hope for crits with Yellow Megaphone, but is it really that good? Because I'm afraid not really. So unless you are a big Cait fan, I don't really see any good reason to invest into this weapon. It's disappointing because I think they could have made Cait Sith a much popular character unit with this single weapon, but they failed. Then we have two outfits, and I have to use this graphic because I already have them and I can't inspect them in the banner. But both outfits got an upgrade, and Aerith now has 15 HP points, which is nice as it's level 3 R ability and a 30% boost from this outfit alone. And then it has Unchanged 10 heal. It's a nice upgrade, and overall it's a very good outfit if you don't have Camera sets, as HP and heal boost Aerith very nicely for any occasion. Then Sephiroth's outfit has now increased both reinforcement abilities by 5 points, so now it's 15 HP and 15 boost magic ability potency, so it got the same treatment as Cloud and Tifa outfits, but this one is magic instead of physical. So now this outfit gives level 3 HP ability, so 3% boost, but I don't think it's better than Half Anniversary Lethal style outfit, because that one has magic ability Mastery, so a 15% damage boost, a separate one, and this one is just part of the same ability that you boost with weapons. But this outfit might be better for those few occasions where you might want some more HP though. Then we have Garnet's Rod, and at OB10 120 it has 306 heal as well as 46 HP and 39 boost ability potency. It doesn't have OQ materia slot or any sigil boost slots. However, it has received a buff to the command ability, so Healing Pulse buffs magic attack of a single ally with a high potency if it's above OB6, also applies regen and casts a small heal, but now uses only 3 ADB to cast. So, does this 3 ADB make this weapon great? I don't think so. It has generic R abilities. Sure, HP is nice, but we have much better fitting weapons for a healer now, for example with buff debuff extension. So I think this weapon got power crept last year when FF9 crossover ended and we got Barret's micro laser with the same command ability, but Barret has OQ materia slot, so he can buff and heal the whole team, and Garnet misses that, and sure, 3 ADB per use makes it better, but now we have Camera that can buff the entire team's physical attack and defense, so I think we might get a similar weapon for magic attack in the near future. But yes, 3 ADB cost per use makes this weapon better, but I don't think it's a crucial weapon to have or invest into. Lastly, we have Sephiroth's infamous Kuja, and at OB10 120 it has 633 magic attack, 46 magic attack in our ability, and as well as 26 boost ability potency. It also has a triangle sigil boost slot, and Flare Star deals 540% non-elemental magic damage to all enemies, and also debuffs their magic attack with mid potency, and if Sephiroth is above 50% HP it also decreases physical attack with mid potency. And as you upgrade this weapon, the potency per cast doesn't change, but at OB6 it just upgrades the max potency into high. So at OB1 or even 5 star, this weapon per cast does the same thing, just a little bit less damage. But is this weapon worth it now that we have Barret with reverse Kuja, Cait with crit Kuja, and Vincent with Kuja that increases his limit gauge and doesn't have the HP requirement, as well as a little bit higher boost ability potency? If you use Sephiroth very often, then yes, I personally think it's one of his best utilities, and in this case it's very much worth to pull for, as most bosses aren't immune to attack debuffs, and in most hard battles you have to debuff their physical magic attack, and even 5-star OB1 Kuja is already good, but ideally I would recommend getting this weapon to at least OB6 to unlock that max high potency, and it will already have also very nice stats, meaning that it will be a very good and versatile secondary weapon that will not hold you back stat wise. So overall I think FF9 rerun is quite disappointing, with only 2 original weapons receiving E buff. E buff because I don't consider Amaranth or Garnet buff being amazing, that suddenly makes those weapons great or crucial to have. Meanwhile, Zidane and Kuja remain untouched, and while Zac weapon, even without Wind outfit, is great and very powerful, it can out DPS Yuffie's Wind Arcanum set, but Cait weapon is underwhelming at best. However, out of those 2 FF9 banners, I think if you use Sephiroth very often and have his weapons build up, Kuja is the most desirable weapon to pull for. Ever since original FF9 crossover events, I have used Kuja in countless battles, and throughout all those months I have seen many people ask for FF9 reruns so they could pull on Kuja and get the weapon for their own Sephiroth. So yes, we have some other Kujas in the game by now, but for Sephiroth it still provides an incredibly good utility and is a great versatile secondary weapon that is very hard to match and power creep. DPS weapons like Zidane get power crept, but it's hard to power creep a very good utility. So yes, we are 2 weeks away from 1 year anniversary, but I think Kuja is so good and useful in so many battles that I think it's very much worth pulling for. Especially that we have 5 guaranteed copies in just 2 pages, so you could OB6 Kuja in barely 2 pages or less depending on your luck in a banner. But if my Kuja was still OB1, I would have definitely pulled for at least OB6 myself here. I also saw my friend Mogul pull, and of course he got very lucky as usual, and when he ended pulling at the last guaranteed stamp he got 7 Kuja copies as well as a lot of wishlist weapons and some other banner copies while having a good stamp lag, but yeah, that's just Mogul with his luck cheats. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I think Kuja is very much worth pulling for if you are using Sephiroth very often and like using him, that's an incredibly good utility for him, and I will never say otherwise, unless game changes and gives us much better weapons. But until then, Kuja is the only weapon I think is very much worth it if you like using Sephiroth very much. If not, then it doesn't interest you. But for Sephiroth fans, Kuja's S tier weapon, it remains so, no matter what other characters receive Kuja for their own. But so yeah, if you'll be pulling, best of luck, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.